What the fuck? What is going on here, huh? Like, what is happening? What is I can't even, alright? I can't even. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on, dude? It is obviously turtle season. It's time for turtle soup. You wanna know why? Because the stars are aligned. First, you get a new TMNT movie, Mutants Mayhem, I think. It's in theaters or whatever. New animated movie, right? I mean, I don't know how it is, but I can tell you this. It'll probably be better than the live action ones. The Michael Bay ones. I mean, we don't need a sequel of that. You know what I'm saying? We need a sequel of the 2000 and... What was that? 2005? 2008? Animated movie? That was the best TMNT movie. 100%. Yeah. So we got that new movie, Mutants Mayhem, and then they showed us that the TMNT will... It's like a TMNT event in Street Fighter 6, right? And now, arguably the most hype thing in the entire... Out of all three of these, screw the movie, screw the Street Fighter 6 collaboration, it's expensive anyways. This is literally all that matters. Like, I scroll on my feed and I see this and I'm like, I have to stop. I didn't finish the video because I'm like, it was a guy, Cuban Crusher. He was talking about the last Ronin game and I'm like, I can't watch it. Not yet. No. It's too much of a big deal. Even if you don't like TMNT, you gotta admit, the last Ronin storyline is like, that's what makes TMNT badass. Thing is, with the last Ronin, it's technically not TMNT anymore. Right? Because the TMNT are gone. If you don't know this, I don't give a shit. I'm going to tell you anyway. So I guess spoiler effect for the last Ronin storyline in effect now. It's a comic, so yeah. But so basically what happens in that is that all the TMNT die except for Leo. So Raph, Donnie, and Mikey, they all die somehow. Maybe the Shredder, I don't know. I don't know that much. I know that they die. And then obviously this turns Leonardo into a literal demon. So he grabs all of their bandanas, wraps it around himself, and then he becomes the last Ronin or something like this. Was it called the last Ronin or just Ronin? Probably just Ronin, because Ronin in Japanese means a masterless samurai. So kind of like how Jin is in the Ghost of Tsushima, right? A masterless samurai. That's literally the term for it, Ronin, right? That you are a samurai, you have no one to serve. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most dangerous thing ever. So you can just imagine how on demon time this man was. Leonardo, he was like, I'm not holding shit back anymore. Raph may have been, the more angrier one, the more edgier one, and he wanted to be more like Batman, right? But bro, no, it was Leonardo. He after experiencing the death of all of his brothers, he's like, nah, dude, I got nothing to lose anymore, right? He had no more humor of Mikey to keep him in check. He didn't have the smarts of Donnie, right? To give him calculations or whatever, and he didn't have the sheer brutality of Raph. But all that was combined in Leo. He became the Ronin. That is so badass. But as you can imagine, it's pretty dark as well. Moving away from the lighthearted stuff from like Nickelodeon shows and stuff like that, even in the old movies, right? I'm guessing it's gonna be like a little bit darker. I wouldn't. They say the rating's pending. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like rated teen at least. It's got to be at least rated teen because I don't think this storyline is for kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're gonna make. And this is like probably the first proper TMNT game we're getting in a long time, right? If I actually played a couple of TMNT games. The most recent one I think, aside from all the remakes like Turtles in Time remake and all that stuff, was Mutants in Manhattan. Mutants in Manhattan was actually made by Platinum Games, if you know them. They made Rising Revengeance, they made Bayonetta, and they also made Transformers Devastation. So they're all really good games. Although I heard media outlets saying that Mutants in Manhattan wasn't so good. I remember IGN gave it like a 4.9, a whole bad rating. So I don't know. I haven't played it yet. Although I do like the community and I was considering to play it. Although the problem with Activision is they took it away online. So you can only get a physical copy and you can imagine how expensive that is for PS4 or PS3. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I wanted to play. I want to see how it is at least. Maybe get like a platinum or something. An easy platinum trophy maybe. I don't know. But I do like the TMNT, and I was excited to see that Platinum Games, they're going to adapt the TMNT because Platinum Games has a pretty good track record, right? Rising Revenge is an amazing game. Bayonetta, amazing series. And same thing with Transformers Devastation. You know what I'm saying? Taking that old school GI vibe and, turning into an amazing game like that. So, a lot of people thought that they do the same thing with the Turtles, but apparently Mutants in Manhattan didn't rate so well, right? But I don't know too much about it, so I'm not going to be here to judge how good Mutants in Manhattan is. But that's like the latest game we had for TMNT. And if you remember this game, then you are literally a G. All right, because it's so underrated, it went under the radar totally. Like no one knows this. This game was actually one of the very first games I ever bought. Period. On the PlayStation Store, this game was the very first I've ever bought. This game was one of the very first games I ever bought on the PlayStation Store. It was TMNT Out of the Shadows. I know it sounds like the movie, but it's nothing like the movie, right? It actually came out years before the movie came out, right? And this movie is this game's kind of like, it's got like a decent combat system, I guess, right? It's very complicated in the training settings. I could not pull off certain moves because of how complex they were, right? And it has like a pretty bare bones story, and it made the Turtles, it gave them like a pretty hyper realistic feel. But as a kid, I loved playing it. I got my ass kicked many times because I just didn't know, but I just say it's like mediocre at best. Now looking back, I say it's probably like mediocre at best, right? Because it didn't look inherently great, right? The Turtles themselves looked a little wonky too, but I mean, I guess that's like forgivable or whatever. But they're going for like the realistic look, and that's what they got. It was rated. It was a teen rating, right? Or was it? I actually don't remember. But I remember playing the shit out of that game when I was a kid. But it's actually just fun to, what do you call it? To play as the Turtles, to have their own game. And in the game, you can actually switch between the Turtles whenever. And the Turtles have their own special combos and their own special moves. And only one character can do one thing, and it's specialized to their design. Like, for example, Mikey, I remember the one move I like using a lot was pulling at the Kusarigama and just chaining motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And that was really fun to me. You know? And you can do combos, and you can do some tag combos too with like your other turtle brothers. You can tag them in or something like that. So the combat system for such a mediocre game was actually pretty complex. It was actually really nice. Nowadays you cannot even get it anywhere. I think it was a digital only release, right? So I don't think it's possible to get that game at all, because I haven't seen a physical copy. If there is one, then actually let's fucking find out if there actually is a physical copy, because I would be surprised if there was. Yeah, dude, I don't think there is. I'm on the internet right now. I see the trailer, right? But I don't see a single box cover. I don't think it's physical, right? I do not think that it was released on consoles. Yeah, dude, these turtles look really weird. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so it says TMNT Out of the Shadows, delisted, can't play. So yeah, once again, it was only for digital, and then thanks to Activision, the whole bullshit going on, it's like literally impossible to buy and play nowadays, unless if you bought it back then, which I did. The game itself is pretty mediocre. I mean, like, but just the idea that I have a game so rare that I can't even buy, like, at least like these games, like, see, these games are also Activision, right? These Spider-Man games, Activision and Activision, they're also Activision games. These are also delisted. These are also once on the PlayStation Store, but they've been delisted because of the whole Activision deal. If you don't know what about it, you should probably search it up, because it's kind of fucked up how so many games just went down the drain, you know? But I managed to keep this. And the good thing about this is once you buy it, it's yours forever, right? As long as the account's yours. If you lose the account, you lose the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's essentially all eggs in one basket. So yeah, like, just the idea of to have such a rare game in my collection is so good, you know? Because I don't think it's physical at all. Not at all. No. Yeah. So a lot of people don't really like it. A lot of people gave it a 38 out of 100 on Metacritic. Game Informer gave it 2 out of 10. PlayStation 3 gave it 4 out of 10, so they really didn't like this TMNT game. And I agree, it was pretty mediocre. But as a kid, it was enjoyable. But as a critic, it wasn't too good, you know? So, I mean, that was that OG game that if you knew, you're a pretty good G. Because even though it's a bad game, it's still a game, you know what I'm saying? And it's like the closest thing we have to a proper TMNT game, which is pretty sad, you know? But all that you can forget about, because now we have an actual 100% game. It's going to be so much better, hopefully. Okay, they can't fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many games you can take cues from, right? But I just want to see what it looks like. I don't know if we're getting a gameplay, maybe just an announcement trailer, but holy shit, you gotta find out, you know? It probably will be better than Out of the Shadows. Hopefully this can put TMNT back on the map, because they've been doing a lot lately, like I just told you, with the movie and the collaboration. So, we're gonna find out what this shit's about, alright? 3, 2, 1. TSU Nordic, okay. What games do they make? Yeah, I wonder. Okay. They're the bananas. There goes one. And another one goes, and another one goes. Another one bites the dust. And another one. And another one. Who's left? That's that one candle. That's it. That's it. Oh my goodness. In development. Oh, dude, it looks so sick. Just from that one shot alone. Dude, we gotta turn this shit back. What does that shot look like? Like right there. Dude, look at that. We just look at that, right? Oh my goodness. These look like some sort of like Foot Clan soldiers. Maybe. I could be mistaken. I don't know about the lore all that much. But let's take a look at the turtle, which is obviously Leo. Obviously in his hand he's got the ninjakin, right? And then on his back, I think he's only holding one. Yeah, he's not dual wielding anymore. I guess it makes sense because he has like all the weapons from his fallen brothers. So he's got the ninjakin in one hand. He's got Donnie's bow on his back. He's got Mikey's, what do you call it? He's got Mikey's nunchuck on his holster as well. And I'm guessing he might be holding Raph's sai in the other hand as a form of dual wielding. One ninjakin, one sai. So I'm guessing that's where the sai is. It could be in his other hand. But dude, come on, bro. Like, I know there was no gameplay or anything, but holy shit, that was fucking cool. I don't know, dude. This is like, it's gotta be good, man. It's got a really good premise. It's like a darker storyline, so you can do a lot more with it. Dude, I just, it's not fair because they're making so many games, man. Spider-Man 2's coming out. Mortal Kombat 1's coming out. They got all the fucking DLC characters. Bro, I can't even. Dude, I'd just rather be in my 80s sitting here playing video games because like I'm still trying to finish my PS3 library, bro. What the fuck? At this rate, like I'll be 80 and I'll be playing video games, bro. This is like legit. And they're gonna keep on pumping out new titles. I'm like, bro, I have no time. I gotta work and go gym, and that's pretty much it because I don't have a social life. But that's good, right? Because that means I get more time to play video games. It shows you the dedication to my craft. But goddamn, I mean, I'm hyped. I just want to see what it looks like. Give us some gameplay. Give us some story. We already know the story is gonna be like, but come on, let's fucking go, man, bro. Come on, yo. Even if you like TMNT, you gotta love this. You gotta love this. The idea of 4 brothers dying and then the one brother turning into an absolute demon has to awaken something in you. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. But I guess I have nothing else to say other than I'm just gonna wait for it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, fuck you.